Hello, 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 everyone. This is Dr. Muralikrishnan from Los Angeles. How are you all doing? It's another beautiful, gorgeous, and pleasant day here in Los Angeles. How is it all for you out there and wherever you are living? And definitely, I can say it's still summer here, so it's very, very hot. But we survived beautifully with a little AC, but outside is very pretty and beautiful. And welcome to yet another wonderful episode of Artists Beyond Limits series with an amazing musician. He's a pediatric and neuro radiologist, associate professor of radiology, and the director of neuroradiology. Dr. Shankar Srinivas is going to be with us. And to all my distinguished viewers and fellow enthusiasts and audiences around the world of Carnatic music, I would like to take this time to let you all know that today's episode is with definitely it's going to be amazing. And we see different combinations of professionals, but musician in one hand and professional medical professional in the other hand, and he has a lot to talk to us, lots and lots to offer to us. And I'm really, really excited to talking to him about the timeless and trance and then power of singing Carnatic music in our current generation in this society we live in currently. While he will also be sharing a lot of interesting things which happen in his life, in musical life, and also in his medical life, in his own personal experiences. Before I start anything, just wanted to brief, as we have our audiences join in, wanted to speak briefly about Carnatic music and the singing and, and stuff like that, so that, we can give room for all our audiences to join back. This will take 5 minutes. Carnatic music, with its rich heritage and profound spiritual essence, continues to captivate hearts and minds, offering a profound and transformative experience to both musicians and listeners alike. In an era where popular music trends often, dominate the cultural landscape, it is imperative that we cherish and preserve the traditional arts such as Carnatic music. As a matter of fact, any classical art forms that have stood the test of time, I would say. Carnatic music, with its roots dating back over centuries, is not merely an art form, but a way of life. It embodies the wisdom, philosophy, and spirituality of our ancestors, offering a holistic approach to self discovery and personal growth. One of the unique aspects of Carnatic music is its intricate and elaborate compositions, I would say. The melodic patterns, rhythmical structure, and improvisational elements create a dynamic and immersive experiences to everyone. As I always reinstate in all my speeches, singing Carnatic music demands discipline, dedication, and a deep understanding of ragas, the melodic scale, and the talas, the rhythmic cycle, and so forth. As we pass on this art form to our younger generations, we instill in them a sense of perseverance and appreciation for the beauty of complexity and nuance. Carnatic music has the remarkable ability to invoke emotions, create a sense of tranquility, and uplift the human spirit. When we sing these soul-stirring compositions, we not only entertain but also touch the very core of our beings, all human beings. It doesn't matter. Young to the old, and the oldest and the youngest, even babies in the mother's womb, I would say. The intricacies of the ragas and the power of the lyrics allow us to express um, myriad of emotions from joy and devotion to compassion and longing. In our fast paced and technology driven world, Carnatic music serves as a sanctuary of calm and reflection, I would say. It is a space where, we can disconnect from the noise of everyday's life and connect with our inner selves. People run behind yoga, run behind exercising, but Carnatic music, if you say, it's all within itself. We call it Nada Yoga. So it is something that everybody must know and must learn. But it's unfortunately in this generation where technology took over, not everybody does that. But the practice of singing Carnatic music becomes a meditative journey, allowing us to cultivate mindfulness and a deep appreciation for the present moment. Moreover, Carnatic music is a binding force that transcends cultural and linguistic boundaries as we witness the fusion of different musical traditions and global collaborations. We find that Carnatic music has the power to bridge gaps and create harmony among diverse community. It fosters an environment of inclusivity where artists from various backgrounds come together to celebrate the universal language of music. In our current generation, we have the advantage of technology. When I was studying, there was no technology. My teachers won't even allow me to take that little tape recorder. I mean, of course, we did have some kind of technology. We can't even take our tape recorders and sit and record our classes. We have to learn everything, we have to learn everything within our brains, and then that's the only way you learn music in those days. And Carnatic music form anywhere in the world right now is available in your fingertips, right? But it's really beautiful that what technology is doing. There are pluses and minuses, of course. Online resources, virtual classrooms, and digital platforms like how we do here, and have expanded the reach of this sacred art form, making it accessible to aspiring musicians, especially in the recent days, beyond geographical boundaries. I have students studying from different parts of the world, and think of that. If this technology is not there, that's impossible. Not only me. There are thousands and thousands of other teachers and gurus have students all around the world, and so thanks to technology, that it's made possible for all of these students who can learn beautifully from any part of the world, from the teachers who are from any part of the world as well. But still, some musicians of recent generations went through the rigorous practice and learning experiences from the yesteryear stalwarts and old-fashioned way, the old-fashioned way, and still do phenomenally well in front of the modern and current generation. Studied everything old-fashioned way, but still we all survive and they all survive in this modern society where the technology is in its peak, with every available technology, such as our today's special guest. I would say, before I welcome him on stage, let me tell a brief about him, so that in case if anyone, he's pretty famous, but still I wanted to give a little brief so, you will all know like who we are bringing in. So, if you have any questions to ask him, please feel free, and he is open. He is an extraordinary musician as well as a physician. Dr. Shankar Srinivas. is a classical Carnatic vocalist, raised in Chennai, now living in Cleveland, United States. Shankar is one of the senior most and earliest disciples of Padma Bhushan Sangeeta Kala Acharya Sri P.S. Narayan Swami sir, and came under his tutelage at a very young age in I think 1984, and has been his disciple since then. He started giving concerts at a very young age of 12 in India, and has since then performed all over India and the United States, and other parts of the world too, at all leading organizations like Music Academy and Chennai Shanmugananda Sabha in Mumbai, and the Music Academy of Chennai, and also Cleveland Tyagaraja Aradhana Festival in Cleveland, United States, and so forth. That he has won several awards for his performances at his concerts during the December festivals in India. He has had the fortune and blessing of having been accompanied by several eminent Vidwans. And he is an A-graded artist with All India Radio, Chennai. He has had the opportunity to provide vocal support to his Guru Sri P.S. Narayan Swami sir for numerous concerts from 1988 to 2000 while in India, and he also has traveled widely with him for many important concerts of sirs. He has been, complimented by knowledgeable critics for unwavering othering to weighty classicism and manodharmam, and for imbibing the core of the Chemmangudi Bani. That's one of the greatest Banis, still alive from his mentor. He is also ardently interested in musicology, and his mother, Dr. S.R. Jayasita Lakshmi ma'am, she is also one of my professors. So when I studied in Queen Mary's College, she was the tutor there. I learned many songs from her, many kirtanis from her. And I'm proud to say that Dr. S.R. Jayasita Lakshmi ma'am is his mother, and who is a retired professor. This is for people who do not know who ma'am is. She is a retired professor of music from the Queen Mary's College, Chennai, and has been a constant source of guidance and a resource for advancing these pursuits in Dr. Shankar's life. Shankar considers it a greatest blessing to have had the mentorship of his Paramaguru, Sri Semangudi Srinivas Iyer. He was fortunate to have learned a few rare kritis from Mama, Chamangudi Mama, from the Doyen himself. Isn't it a great opportunity? I mean, this is phenomenal. And Shankar has been a top-notch student academically and obtained, it's not just a musician, he is just not stopped there. He is a phenomenal doctor as well. He obtained his medical degree from Stanley Medical College, and I crossed Stanley Medical College every time when I went to Queen Mary's College. You know what? I lived in Tiruvattiur as a young girl, so I had to pass Stanley Medical College, so I know how it is. This is really beautiful, and he pursued further advanced training. He also went to specialized in the field of radiology at the Madras Medical College, and pursued further advanced training at Stanford University in California. Hey, my state. And Brigham and Women's Hospital, Boston, and the University of Texas, San Antonio. He now works in Akron, Ohio as a pediatric and neuro radiologist, also holding faculty appointment as an associate professor of radiology with the Northeast Ohio Medical University. He is the director of neuro radiology at the Akron Children's Hospital as well. Shankar, I mean, it's an achievement, greatest achievement for one person. I mean, we are struggling to do just one profession. Now look at this. I mean, at this young age, I'm really really impressed with his profile. Shankar is also a great vocal instructor, teaching music for students around the globe through his organization Guru Kripa. He strives to constantly improve and improvise his music, trying to evolve a wholesome style that promotes and preserves the fine reputation of the great tradition from which he hails from. So, without further ado, I wanted to bring Dr. Shankar Srinivas on the world stage now. Everyone, please join me in giving a warm round of applause to welcome him on stage. Just give me a second. Let me just go ahead and bring him on stage. Hello, Shankarji. Namaskaram. How are you doing? I'm really impressed with your profile as a musician and also as a medical professional. And we are really glad to bring you on stage today, Shankarji. So, do you want to say a few words to our audience before we start?
Yeah. Namaskaram, first of all the audience who are watching this, and I know that we have like a global audience. And first of all, I would like to, share my appreciation for Dr. Rose Muralikrishnan, who's doing a fabulous job. And, especially this Spring Nectar Academy. I have been following their activities over the last few years, and this is something unique that she's trying to bring in, trying to bring people around, students, teachers, and artists, and get them all together. And this is a great, and like the vibes that you exude, and everything is wonderful. And it's just such a pleasure being in your show here. And thank you very much for having me and for this wonderful introduction that you gave. And I really look forward to talking to you today.
Oh, thank you so much, Dr. Shankar. This is your show. You can talk about me. Come on. But anyways, thank you so much. That's so sweet of you to convey that. And I am very appreciative of what you said. And thank you. I don't know what I'm doing is right or wrong, but I love doing this. And, what I feel is the world is very large. And as people have, their fears of, okay, can we make it into a musician or a dancer or an artist? There is always a fear of whether this music or dance is going to be providing them the food that they the bread they wanted. That's always a fear, and even I had the fear. So that's the reason I made my daughter into a doctor. She was a medical doctor, and my son into a engineer, but they both quit that and they finally started practicing only music. So at the same way, several parents of my age or, older parents also have that kind of fear. Okay, with music or dance, people can live or not. So, I wanted to bring the artists who are successful, not only in music and dance and, fine arts, and they are also, there in the other fields, doing both equally well. And, some people quit the other field and be only musician. So I wanted to talk to them and I wanted to bring them and tell the audience, hey, this is not after all a scary field. It's not just about eating your meal. it's a lot more than that. This is, something beyond its limits. So that's the reason I wanted to bring people like you, the artists beyond limits, and then talk to them and have you talk to the audience to take away their fears, so that people can comfortably do what they love to do instead of pushing themselves into what they don't want to do. But thank you so much for joining us and being with us, and I really appreciate it, Dr. Shankar Srinivas.
Yeah, pleasure is mine. Yeah.
Typically, the first question is going to be, it's the typical same question every host asks. So please tell us about your early childhood, like early years, the role of music while you were growing up as a young boy, and your mother's or father's influence or grandparents' influence or any of your uncles, aunts' influence to made you into a great musician.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I come from a musical family, I should say. Like, I'm really blessed to be born into some musical family, like both from my mother's side and from my father's side. Like, so they've had a tradition of uh, being with musicians, and so I come from that lineage. I lost my father when I was 2 years, and so my mom was a single mom who brought me and raised me. And I grew up with both my maternal and my paternal grandparents. They were a great influence on me when I was growing up. And music was really a part of it. Like, obviously, my mother was a music professor at Queen Mary's College, and most of you might have seen me as a young child, and I used to frequent. I used to come there to Queen Mary's College, and I have, really interacted with a number of, people there in the college, and subsequently, like I think, the what really made me who I am today, and which enriched my passion, I should say, was all these initial years. Like, I used to listen to a lot of music. So, when I was really young, I listened to a lot of concerts. In fact, like, I would sit through concerts from morning until night, like almost every concert. Like, it doesn't have to be a particular artist, but I would listen to concerts throughout the December season, and I would really look forward to that. Like, instead of like kids of my age used to play like cricket or other passions and what normally young kids do. But I was really interested in listening to a lot of Carnatic music, and my mother used to take me to concerts, and so the listening experience was really something that helped me. And during that time, like, I listened to a lot of great musicians: Maharajapuram Santanam, K.V. Narayanaswamy, D.K. Pattamal, D.K. Jayaraman, then T.V. Shankar Narayanan, T.N. Seshagopalan, so Yesudas. So, and of course, Sri Shammangudi Mama, and I have also heard Brindama, and all musicians when they were performing. So at a very young age, and of course, Srimati MLV Amma, I mean, like, I cannot, her, I should really, I have some special concerts of hers that I still can recollect, because I remember listening to those concerts. Like, for example, there was a concert in the Music Academy where she did a Pallavi in the Ragam Narayani, and then she did a Pallavi in Manirang in Malapur Finance. All these things are still etched in my mind. How she sang and she presented. I was a very young child at the time, but those listening to all those great musicians, and Sri Seshagopalan sir, he would, some mesmerizing concerts. And of course, I came to my guru at 10 years of age. And so listening to a lot of music during my formative years gave me a lot of grounding. Not only that, also like I was very interested in learning a lot about the theory of music also, because Amma was like she was teaching, and so I used to be curious to know about all what she was teaching and everything, and so that I got interested in learning about the theory of music, and I also used to attend a lot of these lecture demonstrations that happened in Music Academy. They had some Raga Lakshana discussions, like all giants and great musicians who used to come there and participate. And it was, it was wonderful, growing up. And of course, and I should say that at that time, like during 80s, I would say that, we had the Youth Association for Carnatic Music. So up until then, I think there was not a good platform for young musicians to come out and perform. And the Youth Association was a big impetus for getting young musicians out, and that created a wonderful community. And pretty much every senior musicians that we have today, we all grew up together with that the association and the way they conducted the concerts and a lot of activities around that. And so all of that kind of like created a very musical atmosphere for me to help me, get the foundation that I have.
Wow,
So,
that's amazing. Very, very beautiful, beautiful. You mentioned that you used to come to Queen Mary's College. I remember you being a 4-year-old or 5-year-old. I was there in Queen Mary's doing BA music for, 3 years. I had seen you like a young boy, on your holidays sometimes if the school is off, your mom will be bringing you, and you'll be sitting in all our classes, and you used to, sometimes learn, sometimes sing, sometimes be quiet, read some little book, or bring your little toys and sit there and listen to music of whatever is happening. It's there in my brain. I remember you as that little young boy coming there, sitting there. That's amazing that you mentioned that also. And about your guru, P.S. Narayan Swami sir, and his influence on your music. Can you share with our audience, please?
yeah, definitely. I think, there's a lot to talk about PS and Mama. I mean, it's just difficult to kind of like, put that all together in a short period of time here. Because first, when I came to PS and Mama, I was 10 years old. So, I had learned from my mom until then, and she was my guru. And I had briefly learned from Sri V.R. Krishnan, but I couldn't continue at that point of time. And so my guru was PS and Mama. So I started learning Varnams. So up until then, I had learned up to Geetams. And then when I joined PS and Mama, I was 10 years old. And since then, I have just been with only him. Like I did not have other gurus. I have learned kritis from many vidwans and others, but my only guru was Sri PS and Mama, all the way from I was 10 years up until the time he passed. So I think so. His influence and the Bani and everything is like very great, and I should say that. And for me, I think it is more of like I should say it was more like a family member, and like I used to go there after school. A lot of times I would just go there and learn, like have my music lessons and then go home. And then I was friends with their, like their granddaughters and daughters and everybody. And so it was more, like a very, that was a kind of atmosphere. And at that time, like PSN Mama did not have as many students. Like pretty much I would say like I was one of the 1 or 2 or 3 students that he had at that point of time. And so I got a lot of undivided attention and numerous kritis. I have learned a lot of kritis that I was fortunate to have learned. Many rare kritis, a lot of Swadhitarna kritis, a lot of traditional kritis that were, that were Shemanguri favorites, and also a lot of newer kritis like that. He had kritis that he had, how should I say, like rare kritis which were brought into limelight by him, Sri T.M. Tyagarajan, so much later, and obviously much later his Thiruvaruppa compositions also. So I think, and he was, it's very, very, like the learning experience was really, very unique in the sense like we did not really have any kind of like recording devices or anything at that point of time. So it was all like by memory. We had to take it, and he would write down the notations and give me. And I think I'm really fortunate because I was one of the very few students, or perhaps the only one, like for him, like where he would write down the notation of all the kritis that he would teach right after the class, and he would give. And that was the only way that we could learn. So, and after that, like I would say, so my guru has been like a great influence. And so, because since I have been there with him, like he was my only guru, like, so his influence is pretty very strong on me. And later on, I continued to kind of like perform. He gave me a lot of opportunity to be, provide vocal support for him when he was singing. Then I had a lot of opportunities to travel with him.
That's really amazing. I mean, when at that young age to be with your guru and to sing with him and all that, that's an amazing
Again,
experience.
I should say, the very first time I actually sat on the stage with him to sing was in Queen Mary's College. So PSN Mama had actually was giving a concert. I think I was 13 years or so. I think it was 1987. So he was giving a concert for the college, like where they would invite a Vidwan to come and give a concert, and then he was there. And that was the first time he wanted me to sit behind him on the stage.
I just graduated that year, so at the previous year, so I probably just missed it.
Yes, that was the first time. And after that, like, I've had like numerous, opportunities to be on stage with him, and, it's all great experiences.
That's wonderful. That's really amazing. It's a blessing, to not only learn.
And I should say that he's a wonderful teacher and a wonderful human being. I think that is something, that is why if you see so many different people, like he's got students all over the globe, many, who have made a mark in this field, and all of them, they love him equally, and he treats everyone with the same warmth and affection, and I think so that is something that is there. And he had a very, very he since I was there from like a very young age with him, so it was like a very informal attitude. It was more than a guru shishya, like we had all those things. It was a lot more informal, but at the same time, like I could kind of like understand what his mindset was.
Yeah, beautiful. Wow, that's amazing. Sometimes it's not only a greatest thing to learn from legends like him, and it's also, it's a blessing, I would say. It's definitely a blessing to be with them, to study under those kind of phenomenal musicians. I mean, maybe at that time they were young or whatever, but I mean, they are the legends, like they're considered legends now. And it is definitely amazing that you had such a great opportunity to study under those kind of legendary people. And that definitely proves in your singing, when you perform. I heard a couple of clippings here and there, and definitely it shows in your performances. I'm really proud of you. And I saw a few words about your Paramaguru, Semangudi Mama. And can you tell a little bit about your association and his influence, in your music learning, and also, Semangudi Bani, if you can share a little bit views of you.
Absolutely. I mean, this is something that's very dear to my heart. So my guru, he was his the way he learned from Simangudi Mama was through a proper Gurukula Vasam, and he stayed with them, and he was, so that was the kind of, uh, the education and the uh, what he received. But and so his he would not my guru used to, on every, my earliest introduction, I should say, with Shimangudi Mama was like my guru. On every Vijayadasami day, he would go and meet his guru, who is Shimangudi Mama. And at that time, I was young, and so he would take me in his, he used to ride a scooter, so he used to take me in the pillion, and to visit Shimangudi Mama, and he would offer his, namaskarams to him, and I would also go there. Very rarely he would sing a song or two, and he would ask me also to join and sing, and Mama would also join sometimes and sing. So those were all really wonderful. Thinking about it now, I didn't realize the importance of all these things at that point of time, but now these are all great things. And after that, Shimangudi Mama had a very, rich association with our family back in Trivandrum, and he knew my mom. And so he had a very special regard for my mom too, because he, Mama, would really bless her, and so he knew our family very well. So and after that, for me, his music, I had opportunities to listen to some of his concerts when I was growing up. He was singing, he was towards his end of his career, but I have really listened to some of his concerts and got very deeply influenced by his style, and listened to a lot of his his concerts. And so that kind of really it left a very deep mark on my my singing, and I should say, I would say that kind of influenced, I should say. And when I got, after I did my high school and I got into medicine, and so when I got into medicine, so I was at that point of time, I was really considering of taking music as a profession. I really wanted to do that. And I went and, Mama was there, and I said, I got admission here into medicine. And, he said, you should probably go ahead. He knows that, my mom was a single parent and everything, and got admission by merit. And so I think you should really go ahead. And because he said, music is always going to be there with you, but I think you should really go and take this opportunity and do it. And of course, I was also very passionate about doing this. And so he really said that. And after that, I used to take his blessings, and I have had opportunities to visit his home and, sing before him and learn. And one of the most memorable experiences was later when I was an intern. I was a junior doctor in a hospital, and he got admitted. So he got admitted as a patient there. And so I was the night doctor at the time. And, so that was a really memorable time, because he was there for about a few days as he was recovering. And so I used to finish my rounds and everything. And then I used to go and sit in his room. And he would just talk a little bit randomly about music and everything. It was just really wonderful.
That itself is a blessing, I would say. That itself, yeah.
Doctor, and and then he would get introduced to others and everything. It was a very pleasant thing. And so to just be around with him, and just to listen to his sense of humor, and a lot of good incidents that I can share, but too many good things. Yeah.
Of course, you can share. This is your show. We wanted to hear all this. That's why we are bringing you in. I wanted to hear a lot of, I mean, that's really a blessing. And I would say, being with him, I mean, you never expected, he will be there. And all of a sudden, you go to see a patient and, Mama, hi, you are here. So you
Yeah,
share your life with him. That's amazing.
yeah. So it was a great thing. But I think over and above that, I think that it's what we call as Semangudi Bani is not like just trying to imitate that, but the overarching thing is like the free flowing Sarvalagu swarams, free flowing narravals, importance to bhavam in ragam singing. Kritis are like really like they have to blend with the sahityam and the bhavam, and everything comes together as one piece. So those are all some really aspects of that his style of singing that is incorporated by everybody. So it is not necessary that one has to really imitate or like try too hard to sing like that. Like naturally, like whatever we are, like it's pretty much there with everybody who we are hearing. That aspect of like a very spontaneous, free flowing singing is something that is a great mark that he has left. And the second thing is
Yes, I
about
would say that. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah, the discipline that about singing kritis. Like you have to just really perfect your singing of kritis and learn them, learn the sangatis, and try to sing that in a very disciplined way. And so that is also something that he's left a mark. So that's nothing. This is something that's very, you know, prevalent today, and that is his mark, I would say.
very, very true. Very, very true. I completely agree. I mean, now, I mean, we can say that everybody almost is trying to, whether it's imitation or trying to, I mean, he put the mark in there. So it is one of the best ways of singing styles. I mean, that's what he created, those marks. I mean, I'm really proud and amazed to hear that, you had an opportunity at that very young age to be with him, to study also few rare kritis with him. That's really, really, a great blessing, I would say. And the next question for you is, the differences in the method of learning music. What it is in but from today's versus yesteryear. The role of social media influences in today's music learning is quite a bit. In those days, of course, when you studied and when I studied, there is no social media. I mean, I came to United States only after 2-3 years. We used to have that phone line, put it inside your computer, and AOL.com. I still have my AOL account. That's how we used to in the very beginning stages of internet and stuff like that. We knew how it was. But the thing is, when you studied, probably those kind of social media influences were never there. And if you can share the learning methodologies from today's youngsters from yesteryear with our audience, that would be great, Shankar.
Yeah. You know, uh, I have not recorded a lot of, like, I really feel I could have, but, uh, we didn't even have, like, as you said, like, the only recording device was like the cassettes and then the cassette recorders, in which we rarely use. So it was all like a listening to your guru sing and then just repeating it and just getting it in your mind. And as I said, like the beauty of Shemangudi tradition is like the notation is excellent. Like documenting those kritis and notating them perfectly was something that was really a hallmark of that the tradition which my guru and his guru did. And so that really created the discipline in, like you would see every little nuances in any kriti that you pick up, like little gamakas, little variations. So there'll be like, as a music teacher and a music masters and PhD, you would know that, like how those little the notes where you draw one line on top of that and two lines. So all those little nuances are so beautifully notated. So that is how I learned it. Like, so like you hear them sing, and then they write down the notations for that, and we stick to that, we look at that. and we absorb that and learn. So now it is a lot more, like you have a lot more of devices to do that. Like you record your music. It is good. It is good in a way, like like you're really able to get everything. Your guru, you're able to hear those nuances, and you're able to do all of that. But at the same time, I do feel that it also de-emphasizes the effort that somebody puts. It de-emphasizes the effort that somebody puts in trying to memorize all of that. Like you have all these sangatis, you have all these things. So you know that the only way you're going to get this right is by memorizing that, and so that is not that. So now here you have, you can always record something, you can listen to it. So those are all the things. And as you pointed out, like as somebody who is growing up, like I'm just looking at all the opportunities the youngsters have there. So back then, like we had only one channel on television. There was just one program, like something like Valarum Kalaignar or something, which would be like a 10-15 minute slot, and which would be once in a month or once in 2 weeks. That is the only opportunity for anybody to go public and sing. There would be hardly any concerts or any formal platforms for young kids or young musicians who want to come and sing. So it was like, looking at that and looking at what we have now, like we have plenty of opportunities. Young kids are, like have like a lot of ways to showcase themselves on social media. They can showcase themselves on television. Like you just go and see, like, I can talk a little bit about, like, film music here. Like I would say, like if I have to sing a film song, so in those days I have to go and get, like, we have this little books, like film books like thing. So you have to get from those shops and you have to buy those. Then you have to get a cassette, and you have to put it in the cassette recorder, like the Walkman or whatever it is. And sometimes it might get stuck, and then you have to listen to that, and then you have to listen to the lyrics once or twice, and then you have to sing. You will not have a karaoke. You won't have anything. Now you have your phone, and you can look at the lyrics, you can look at the music, you can hear. It's so easy for them. And so you see these young kids who are able to, like who are 10 and 12, they sing amazingly well. You see the you see the channels.
Very, very true. Yeah, I completely agree with you.
I think it's really good. I think there's so much of opportunities for kids to showcase their talents. And I should also say that back then, if they say, like, if there are 100 people who learn music, like maybe only 10 of them can perform. So that is not true anymore. Like it is, like we still think a lot of people, if they put in the hard work, if they put in the effort, and if they really want to succeed, there is a path for them. And we can, there is a they also can listen to a lot more and enrich themselves, which was not available back then. So when you look at all of that, I think that we have a lot more people who are ready to perform and are willing to perform too.
Just very, very true. Very, very true. Yeah. I mean, technology definitely, adds lots of beauty in the field of any music. I would say not only Carnatic or in the world music. Any part of the world. They are able to connect themselves. Like especially when we came to United States, I would say like in our late 80s, the technology was not as much as how it is right now. And then what happened was, for us to connect ourselves within our own culture, the only way is, okay, hey, learn music, learn Carnatic music, and if there are dance teachers, okay, dance, learn that. So whatever the art forms are back from India, we are bringing in as professionals. We used to just give it to the kids. Okay, so I'm here, I studied bachelor's degree in music, master's degree in music, and my doctorate was very late. So I would only say at that time when I came in. So, we can always tell them that, okay, we are here, we will support you. But still, there was always a dilemma, okay, is this the only way? So what, but still what the kids, especially when they came in, for them it was one of the activities, like how they go for tennis class, or a what do you call, the swimming class. Okay, so can I take like a one semester of swimming and then I take a break? It used to be like that. But recent days, since the technology is like very very prominent in the world, the kids know the importance of, hey, this is not one of those tennis classes, it's not one of those swimming classes. It is a lifestyle itself. If I have to learn music, and if I have to be prominently singing, at least to certain level, I have to continuously doing it at least for a few years. So, what the parents also realize that. So they kind of start at the age of 5 or 6, and at least, they try to stick with the music or dance until their 12th grade, high school. And once they go to college, some stay, some go. That's always there. But definitely the technology is making them understand it's, these kind of little nuances of the life of music, I would say. And you said it very beautifully also, like it's definitely growing, it's definitely beautiful. And my next.
I really feel that we had a lot more of that at that point of time. Like I think that a lot of it's also about like listening opportunities. The listening opportunities are plenty now. Like you can just turn on the YouTube or whatever it is and to listen to whatever music that you want. It is available on demand. It is not like that. So it was not scarce. So, and I think that kind of like indirectly affects how much we're all like, our knowledge about music in general, in the community in general.
Very beautiful, very beautiful. And my next question to you is, your professional background in the other side of music, as a as a doctor. I mean, you studied in, yeah, let me just double check on those. You studied in Stanley Medical College, and you went to Madras Medical College to pursue advanced training. And then you also went to, Stanford University, one of the well-regarded universities in the United States. And you also are, studied in the University of Texas in San Antonio. And those are all like it's not easy, first of all, to get into those universities also. And you, as a musician, you are a practitioner, you are a performer, you still do all that. On top of it, you're being a wonderful neuro radiologist, pediatric neuroradiologist, right? And also you're an associate professor of radiology, and you're also director of neuroradiology in Akron Children's Hospital. And for one person to achieve in one field itself is a lifetime task. And for you, being an amazing musician, going, of course you are a brilliant kid. I mean, I had seen you as a kid yourself, so I'm saying kid, not right now. You used to be a brilliant kid, but we knew it from your childhood. But right now, to achieve as a professional in everything such as this, what is that you have to do, and what is that you have to sacrifice, or what is that? Oh, it's one of those things. For me, it comes in handy. So what is that you have to tell for us, that how you achieved it?
I should say, so I have to be very frank about this, is like, it is not possible to do justice to, something like Carnatic music, because it is more than a full-time, profession. Like if you really have to go into the depths of what it is, to learn more about it, to spend more time, it is not easy. So yes, so I would say that yes, I have been able to keep up with whatever I had, and that comes from my own passion, because I truly believe that this is something that I want to do. I just don't want to give up whatever I have learned and whatever I want to do. And that is something that is truly there. It is my passion, and it is something that gives me relaxation. It gives me some mental peace and strength and energy to go on. And so that is something that I want to keep doing whatever it is. So that is what pushes me towards doing something in Carnatic music and keep doing that. But at the same time, like I should say that a lot of other things that I had to sacrifice. I would say of because I had to, like because I'm not a full-time musician. There are many things that like you're not present. You're not really. There are many times that I'm not able to make it to the December season, and it is not about the season or singing there or anything like that. When I was in India, like as a performing artist, what I really enjoyed was like I was able to go to a lot of concerts with my guru. I was able to accompany him and go to travel a lot to many places all over India. I mean, he's gone to like places like Navaratri Mandapam, all those places I've gone and sung with him. And then I had like opportunities to go to many temples and sing there. I have sung before, like in before Shringeri Pereva, before Kanchi Pereva, and all, wonderful, great opportunities that I had. I had opportunities to sing for, my, a lot of weddings and occasions like that, and all of that. So I think all of that I had to give, and I have to because I moved over here to United States. Like a lot of those things I had to give up. So it was a big sacrifice from my part to be not able to do a lot of those things. And the other thing is, of course, like like if like to be a musician here in the United States is a little different from to being there in India and being right in the center of where everything happens, and being removed from there is a little harder. And like as you said, like I've been in a few different places here in all over the United States, so it is difficult to kind of like get settled there in different places and establish yourself as a as a performer and a teacher and do that. So those were all some big challenges for me. But I also should say that it is not like, as I said, I'm very passionate about radiology, and like so that is something that like as much as I am with Carnatic music, like like that is also something that is something which I'm very passionate about. So I have to spend a lot of time to improve myself and to do what I'm doing. The different parts to my job there, and I consider myself, as I said, like as an educator primarily. So I teach residents, I teach medical students, and I do all of that work and administrative work. So it kind of like it's a challenging that there are certain things in music that I may not be able to do to the extent that I want to. So that is a compromise.
It's a compromise. Yeah, it's like, I mean, you have to balance between both so that you can.
Yeah. So
amazing. I'm very proud of you. I mean, you are able to balance it so beautifully. So you are still performing and you're being one of the best radiologists out there in the United States. And so my next question to you is, if you can share some memorable occasions. I know you probably have a lot, but at least one and two which you cannot, like avoid. I have to tell this one in this live. So if you have anything to share with us, such as that with your teachers, with your gurus, or with your mom, or you with your children, it doesn't matter. Please share with us.
yeah, I mean, there are like plenty of things to So I think like there was once when this was during my college. I think so. This was like I had actually I had accepted for a concert, and and I totally forgot about it. And my granddad, who was there, like he was just reading the paper, and he said, like he points out, and he said, like, oh, there is this place there that says that your name is there. Oh, is there a different person by your name? Is there a different Shankar Srinivas? Because you're getting ready to go to college and everything, and so who is this? Like, is there a different person by your name who is singing today? Then I remember, oh my God, I had signed up for some place to sing today and everything like that. And it was like that. And there was another occasion. This was when I was doing my post graduation. Like there was a concert in Indian Fine Arts that I had agreed to in December, and this was sometime in the afternoon, and I was supposed to have this practicals and all these something viva and everything. So it was in the morning. So I thought like, okay, I'm going to be done with this, and I will go to this concert and do this. And it so happened that this when I was there, and that the external examiner was there, and he was just went on, and like this was a never-ending thing. So, and then the organizers were there, and they were kind of like getting whether I was going to make it or not. And then finally, I just came directly there, and I just performed and I did the concert and everything. It was pretty.
Did you make it on time, or you went late? Or?
Yeah, but it was like stressful. And, yeah.
Wow, that's very interesting. I mean, sometimes when you balance between these two, it's very interesting to know these details. Yeah, very, very interesting. And then, let me ask,
I should say that memorable experiences. I think I should say about, because this was when I was about very young, like it was 14, 15 years or so. I had the opportunity to sing in the puja of Sringeri, then Mahasanita, Abhinava Vidyatirtha Mahaswami. So that was the greatest blessing, I would say. And I sang in the puja, and and he was, I was just so fortunate to receive his blessings, and he was just listening, and he wanted me to continue and sing more songs. And he would like, you have to sing to when he finishes the puja and everything. But it was my blessing that he wanted to kind of like do it in a much more elaborate, so that I could sing more and everything. And he was just really, I'm so blessed to have done that. That experience was really great. And somebody had written about that at in one of the magazines and everything like that. Like, today this puja was going on for a longer time, because I was so blessed to sing there. So I think, and I'm always I'm a devotee of them, and so that is a great blessing that I've had. And like some of these really memorable concerts, I would say.
Yeah, and so let me ask you. You have two children, and do they sing or perform, or are they into music?
Yeah, I think my son learned vocal music from me, and he learned. He is a piano player, so he loves to he learned. He up until now he's graduating from high school and he's going to college. And so up until now, he plays jazz piano. He plays for a jazz band for his school. He's very much interested in listening to Carnatic music. I did not, like, he's not into performing Carnatic music, but he's a very ardent listener. He likes sound and the like just playing the piano, and just like for his own enjoyment. And like he likes to kind of like do some of those tunes. Even now, like we were kind of like rehearsing a song, like with the movie Hey Ram, like like there's a song where there's a piano piece that comes, so he
so why, I mean, if he's around, you guys can do that for us.
I'm like, I think he's too.
It's fine. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to bring him without that. I don't want to surprise a musician, young musician.
Like he's, I would say, like he's into music and everything, but not like into Carnatic music. But my daughter learns Bharatanatyam from Srimati Sujata Srinivasan, who is a very renowned teacher here in Cleveland. And so she is the Bharatanatyam teacher for my daughter. She also learns music from my mother. Like from Amma, she learns Carnatic music.
Oh, so Amma is here.
Yeah.
Oh my God. We have to meet her today. She is one of my, I would call all my teachers, whatever, I went through in college, in, BA music, MA music, all my professors, they are legends to me. I'm telling you, your Amma is one of the persons I always admired and I adored, from the young age, how she created you, as who you are today. And I would say I'm almost like a 75 to 80 to 90%, or you might say even 100% goes to her, the credits, And if she is there, we would love to also meet her. If you want to invite her, ma'am, if you are hearing, please join us. Oh my God! Namaskaram, madam. எப்படி இருக்கீங்க நீங்க? அச்சச்சோ, உங்களை பார்க்கிறது ரொம்ப சந்தோஷம். Oh my God, how lovely to see you. And please have a seat with your son. And he's doing an amazing job. I didn't even know that you are here. Otherwise, I would have brought you even from the very beginning. So I just heard that you're teaching your granddaughter. And so Shanda podama kathikkrala eppo pathala amma kitta kathikkiradhu paatti kitta kathikkiradhu oru tug of war irukum. So how is she doing? And I'm very happy to know that. Beautiful. இருங்க மேடம், உட்காருங்க, உங்க முகத்தை கொஞ்சம் பார்க்கலாம். எத்தனை காலம் ஆறுது? Awesome. Thank you so much for joining. And this is our pleasure to have you with us. And my kodanu kodi namaskarams to you, madam.
Thank you. That is one talent. I only just as a guidance. You told me I 100% is not my fault. This thing. His training, yes, got the inborn talent and his passion.
As a mother, how you provided all that to him, definitely, that's why I started off with 70% and I led up to 100%. So that's really amazing. Thank you so much for joining us, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you, Shankar, for bringing her on show. So my next question to you is, what is your future plans or any ideas you have, if you would like to share with the audience about music or about radiology?
Yeah, I mean, about music, definitely. I think, I do have I have students who learn from me directly or through Skype. And I'm very invested in their performing and learn more and continuing with that. So I think that is something that I really enjoy teaching. I like teaching, and I would continue to do that. I think that I was really fortunate to have learned a lot of kritis and a lot of very in a very traditional way, to have learned a number of kritis from P.S. and Mama and from along this Shemaguri Pani. And I think that I would like to kind of like preserve and promote that. I would like to, try to publish some of kritis and notations of done by P.S. and Mama. I also like to, I do have, I read a lot about, music and music theory and everything like that. And I do have some interest in some research areas that I haven't been able to pursue so far because of my career, but certainly that is something on the radar that I would like to do, because that is something that has been a part of me growing up, but I have not had a chance to pursue that. But I certainly would like to do all of that. Yeah. So as you said,
my dear audience, hear him. He is willing to teach some of his advanced level rare kritis which he had learned from his guru and also his Paramaguru, Guru's Guru. So if anyone who is watching, who is interested, it doesn't matter which part of the world you are from, he is willing to take online students, okay? Only thing is you have to work out the timing with him. If you live in Australia and if he is in, United States, work out a timing which matches to both of you. But he is willing to teach, and these Panis, what he is talking about is one of the phenomenal, most admired Pani. And if anyone in the world who wants to learn, please hear him say this and please approach him. And definitely you can write your messages through the chat line, or he is on Facebook as well. Connect with him and definitely approach him and get all the music possible, because definitely that's one of the greatest music right now, I would say, greatest Barneys, I would say, that you can have in your collection.
Thank you. Like I say, personally, I also like to do some kind of like workshops, like like people who, we all know that everybody is hard pressed with time, and like if we can do like small workshops to get people to do on various aspects, like could be manodharmam, could be like some special kritis, or it could be just like just refreshing some of the kritis that they have learned and things like that. So I think all of that, there is a possibility, and I hope to be able to do more of those as we go along.
Wonderful. Definitely. I did, mention that to everyone too. So probably you might have some calls or some messages, and definitely your style and, your teacher style, your, gurus, you had wonderful gurus, and they had a beautiful collections, rare kritis. And I know for sure that you learned most of them, and definitely people can, utilize your talents to get them better in their musical career. So I also, this is some tricky question. You can answer or you can say no to this. And I heard also you sing some film songs here and there. And do you want to tell us about that secret?
Yeah. Well, actually,
it's not secret, of course.
I started singing film songs during like my college days, and I was part of a college troupe, and after that I have sung plenty of light music songs in the troupe and everything. And after that, even after coming to United States, I have performed with some local bands and other things, and that is something that is a part of me. And actually I am a very great fan of Ilayaraja, who's not, and like I grew up listening to that music, and that is something that's very, very deep to my heart. So and not only that.
Do you want to sing something for us, please, at this time? I know I'm putting you on spot. If you can sing with karaoke, or you can sing by itself.
Yeah. How about you? You could join for a song.
We will definitely sing a song. What do they call? I used to be. Ma'am knows about me. When I was in Queen Mary's College, I used to be only singing, film songs. I used to get into a lot of trouble. Lakshmi Bai ma'am used to say that if you sing film songs, I will fail you. She used to threaten me. So I used to hide and go behind their back to go and sing all these little competitions. Ma'am probably knows about all those secrets I did.
Okay, I'm just gonna sing like offhand, like maybe not karaoke.
Anything is fine. Yes.
This is my, I like this song because it's one of my favorite songs. But of course, there is on Facebook and other things I've posted with a lot of other things. But hey hey ho ho la la la, hey hey ho ho la la la. பழமுதிர் சோலை எனக்காகத்தான் படைத்தவன் படைத்தான் அதற்காகத்தான் நான் தான் அதன் ராகம் தாளமும் கேட்டேன் தினம் காலை மாலையும். நான் தான் அதன் ராகம் தாளமும் கேட்டேன் தினம் காலை மாலை. போதும் அதன் ஜாகம் இங்கு 1000 பழமுதிர் சோலை எனக்காகத்தான். தூரத்தில் போகின்ற மேகங்களே, தூறல்கள் போடுங்கள் பூமியிலே. வேர் கொண்ட பூஞ்சோலை நீர் கொண்டு ஆடு. ஏறி மீன் கொத்தும் நாரைகளே, சிறகுகள் எனக்கில்லை தாருங்களே. ஊர் விட்டு ஊர் சென்று காவியம் பாடு. பறவைகள் போல் நாம் பறந்திட வேண்டும், பனிமறை மேல் நாம் மிதந்திட வேண்டும். ஏதோ ஒரு போதை மனம் கொண்டாடுதே, பழமுதிர் சோலை எனக்காகத்தான். படைத்தவன் படைத்தான் அதற்காகத்தான்.
Wow, wow, wow. How beautiful. Shankar, oh my God, I can't believe it. So you are, well versed in everything. I wanted to play also Shankar's classical singing. Audience, please stay with me. I wanted to just play one. This is, I stole from his, secretly stole it from his, online research that I did. So here it is. Let's give a big round of applause for Shankar for that beautiful video. I also stole one more, so I wanted to play that one also.
பூஜித மாதவந்தம் வாய்ச்சுவையும் நாற்றமும் மறுபூஜித மாதவந்தம் வாய்ச்சுவையும் நாற்றமும் விருப்போற்று கேட்கின்றேன் சொல்லுந்தாயின் செங்கேக பூரம் நாருமோ கமலபூ நாருமோ உன்பது சொல்லில் உலகளந்தான் வாயளவு உன்பது சொல்லில் உலகளந்தான் வாயளவு பண்படை கொள்ளல் கடல் வண்ணன் கைத்தலத்தே பெண்படையார் மேல் பெரும் பூஷல் சாற்றுகின்றார் பண்பல செய்கின்றார் பாஞ்சஜன்ய ஏகபூரம் நாருமோ கமலபூ நாருமோ திருப்ப.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That's one of my favorite songs. I love that song.
Yeah, I think I heard the song is like a favorite of like Sri.
Everyone.
Yeah, it is. PMT was the one who popularized this song, and this is so beautifully sung by him, and so it is one of my favorite songs actually. The mandals.
And you definitely did a great justice to the song. It's beautiful. Very nice. Yeah. And we almost are here for towards our end of, it's not done yet, towards our end of, the live broadcast. So what I'm going to do is, this is a game. Okay, I pulled out some of the pictures of you from the social medias and from all different places. So I will be posting the picture on the live video, and you have to recognize where or when or how it happened. You have to, every picture, you are only given one sentence. You have to answer me in one sentence only. Ready? It's kind of tricky. We both have to be muted. So what I'll do is I'm going to be muting only if I'm going to be asking a question about that particular picture, then I will unmute myself. So otherwise, I'm going to be there just placing the picture only. Okay, I'll mute myself.
You can answer my question.
No, because it's a rapid round. So it's from your social medias I pulled it out. So you must be knowing it. Awesome. Okay, ready?
Oh, this was from Tamil Sangam. We did a Villupata program. So you can see the Villu there. And so this is a Villupata program that we did. So this is with my Guru and Paramaguru. And Shimangudi Mama had attended one of my concerts. And after the concert, this is at Music Academy, Kasturi Srinivasan Hall. So in the green room there. Oh, this is a very memorable concert here with my Guru. And you can see M. Chandrasekharan sir, you can see Mayalpuram Shivaraman sir, you can see T.V. Vasan sir on the ghatam here. It was a wonderful concert. I even remember what P.S. and Mama sang there. It was Chakkani Raja. And then, he sang Marubalga, to which Dinamani Vamsha or Marubalga or something like that, I think. And Shivaraman Mama played. It was a wonderful concert. I remember this. Yeah, this was a concert, I think, at DKJ Foundation, TK Murthy Mama, Triparkarli Mama, with my Guru, Shri P.S. and Mama. Yeah, I think this was in Kerala. So you can see the Malayalam writings there. So this is from a newspaper there. So I think this was a concert that I had accompanied my Guru, I think in Trishur or Palakkad, I don't remember one of those places, and Guruvayur Durai Mama and Sri Vidwan, great maestro, Sri Chandrasekharan sir on the violin. Yeah, so this is, I think, from one of the Music Academy Sadhas, I think, and I think I was one of the awardees for one of my concerts, and I think on the front row you can see all the, real great musicians, Sri Sanjay sir, Srimati Sudha Raghunathan, Srimati Sundar, Srimati Vedavaliyamma, and Sri Shashikiran, so many other people there, Sri Ram Kumar. So it was, I think, from one of the academic Sadhas back. Yeah, so this was a chamber concert at San Francisco in one of my friend's house, and who works for Facebook, I think, and this is a concert there. Oh, this is at the Cleveland Tyagaraja Festival with Doyens, Sri Trichy Shankaran sir on the Mridangam, and Sri Palanivel sir, great Tamil Vidwan, so with them. Oh, wow. So this is a picture, I think this was when our guru got an award, like to felicitate him. And so we had a function. So we had all our disciples at that time. So as you can see, it's a very interesting picture here. So you can see, so I'm standing right behind my guru there, and I can see several musicians here. You have Ranjini Gayatri, Srimati, you have Sri V. Ravi, Sri Murali, Sri Vaidyanathan, and in the row who are sitting down, I could see, Abhishek Raghuram. You could see Sri Muralikrishnan and several other musicians, Bharati and Srimati Varalakshmi is here, Rajashri is here. So yeah, so this is at a time with our guru. Yeah. This is, I was giving I think I'm giving grand rounds in my hospital. So during a lecture. This is with Balamuralikrishna, Konakudi Balamuralikrishna. We had organized a function for our guru. So bringing together all his disciples from North America. It was organized in the Bay Area. So at that time, so with him. This is, I think, in one of my college reunions. I think the song that I was singing at that time is a song called Edo Moham from an old movie, from a Tamil movie. So I think this is with my mother, and I think it was in the Asian Lantern Festival, I think, yeah. This is with my son and daughter. I think it was in one of the hiking that we had done. I think probably how.
Good. You did a good job. Okay, yeah. So you have to tell, next time I'm going to show a person, you have to tell your relationship and your appreciation or whatever with that person, okay?
Sure. Yeah, this is my book. Yeah, I think, she, I mean, as you had put, like she was very instrumental in, making who I am today. And like, she had, devoted herself as a single parent in raising me. And, so I definitely have my deep appreciation for her. And I think it looks like it is actually in Queen Mary's College when she was the head of the department at that time. So
I was my student.
Awesome. That's beautiful. You did a good job, Shankar. I thought you will forget some of those events.
I know.
You did a great job. I'm very, very, very happy and proud of you. And thank you so much for sharing your experiences, your, from your childhood till today, what you do, how you do. And, I have a great appreciation for you and your mom, of course, for your Barney, for your teachers, for your gurus. And I definitely would want as many viewers of ours to come contact you to learn some of the songs that you are holding in your, in your hand. It'll be a great, amazing opportunity for them. And thank you so much, Dr. Shankar Srinivas, to join us in this live. So what is your final words for our audience?
Yeah, first of all, I would really like to thank you for this opportunity because it was a great way to connect to a wide audience. And it's a phenomenal, as I've told you in the introduction, like, what Spring Nectar Academy and you're doing is a great job for promoting music and for taking the time to bring together artists and to listen to us and to share our thoughts here and the time and the effort that you put together. So it was a great, I really enjoyed talking to you here and I really enjoyed the program. I wish we could keep going on and on. I know that, but everything has.
If you have anything that you want, we can keep going on and on, of course. I've only curated like 8 to 10 questions. I'm done with that. If you have anything, if you would like to share with our audience, and I'm all here for to listen to you, and please go ahead.
Yeah, the one thing that I would really like to, want to say that is like, I think that Carnatic music is probably the greatest form of music that we have in the world. It is something that is very inexplicable. Like there is something about it that that elevates it, as you rightly put during the introduction, that elevates you to a different level. There is spirituality to it. There is calmness to it. There is mathematics involved with that. There is creativity involved with that. There is also there are everything. It brings together everything. And so this is something that I think we all should learn to appreciate. Like not all of us could become singers and all of us could be performers, but then there are different ways one could get themselves involved in the art as listeners, as teachers. I think that is really important here because the more people that we train and teach, like they are the future listeners. They are going to be the ones who are going to be promoting this art. So I think that we have a great role. I think you've been an excellent teacher in bringing together, students all over the world, and you've doing a great job. And I'm in really awe about all the teachers here in North America who are doing a phenomenal job, and without whose efforts, this is not going to be possible. So I think that we all should continue doing that. And as far as the students are concerned, I think this is something that is, this is not something that you learn it during your high school or you pursue something like during a middle school or high school and then just drop it off like that. This is something that you have to continue your lifelong. This is a lifelong journey. And I think that is something that every student should understand. So the more you get, the more you, and this is something, not what I'm saying, like all the great musicians say, the more you go in, you get more pearls out of that. So you pursue this through your lifetime, you're going to get a lot more from this music. You're going to discover so many things that you didn't know about and how beautiful this music is. So I don't think that somebody who just learns it for 3 or 4 years and just stops that. Just continue learning and appreciating music and and celebrating it. That's fun.
Very beautifully said. I'm going to just go over if we have, I have at least one screen in front of me. There are several other screens on YouTube, but I have at least the Facebook screen. I think it's in front of me, one of the screens. I'll go through if there is any questions. If there are any questions asked, let's see. Happy day, Rosamma. Keep rocking. Warm welcome, Dr. Srinivas ji. Perfectly well said. Wow, super fabulous. And Ramya Harishankar, okay, she says, Harish and I are delighted to hear about your musical journey. Thank you, Ramya and Harish, for joining us. Of course, now I came to know Shankar Srinivas is, your cousins, I think, right? You're his cousin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
Oh, okay. So beautiful. Thank you so much. Ramya is one of the very great dancers and dance teachers who has been here for serving the community for more than 40 years. And I'm always a great admirer and a big fan of hers. And I recently came to know that you are her cousin as well. So thank you again, Ramya and Harish, for joining us.
also to share a brief for that they've done here and as as a dancer, and it's a great source of inspiration for people like us.
Yes. And we also have Vijaya Srinivasan. Nice interview. Enjoyed every bit of it. And his singing. Very happy to see his mother, Dr. Jayasita Lakshmi, with him. Thank you so much, Vidya Srinivasan. Appreciate it. And that's my hubby boy. And Muralikrishnan says, amazing, and lots of claps and love. And he says, she was my external examiner at University of Madras. Hi, ma'am. Oh, did you get good marks or she failed you? Amazing. Thank you so much for joining Murali Krishnan ji. Really appreciate your comment. And Ramya again is saying, look forward to connecting with you in the near future. Beautiful. Ramya is, she's the greatest dancers in, there are only few great dancers in Southern California. And she is one of the inspiration to many youngsters, many young children. And but thank you so much, Ramya, for joining. And I also have Vibha Ramesh saying, love it. Okay, amazing. Vibha I used to have a small TV channel, and she used to be my newsreader. And she always watches all our shows and supports us. And thank you again so much, Vibha. And Shankar, again, Dr. Shankar Srinivas, thank you again, sharing all your extraordinary experience with your teachers, with your mother, with your medical field to our audience. And thank you again and again, and give my love and my respects and my namaskarams to your mother. And she is one of the greatest inspiration in my life. Being a woman and being a single parent, and how she raised you and who made you into who you are is really amazing. Of course, there are lots and lots of people behind you, but still her stability and her determination to create you to be who you are is definitely, it's sat in all of our hearts. And we all have a great respect for her. So give our namaskarams and to her also, Shankar. Do you have any final words to anyone of us, or any upcoming artists you want to say a few words? And we are almost ready to wrap up.
Yeah, I think again I express my thanks to you and the Spring Nectar Academy, and for all the students who are watching this. And I really want to wish them all the very best and success, and my blessings and my best wishes to everyone who's watching this program.
Thank you so very much. I have my final words to everyone as well. I'll take a few more minutes to talk to you all. And this is really amazing to have, Dr. Shankar with us. And, he is the greatest inspiration at this young age. His achievements really, really makes all of us feel, anyone can achieve anything if they put their mind and heart and soul. As we are talking and listening about the power of singing Carnatic music through this not young artist anymore. I mean, I always had seen him as a young little boy, so I call him a young artist, but he is a very seasoned musician. And he is a great singer. And in our current generation and society, let us remember the responsibility we hold in preserving and nurturing this cultural heritage through, how he had mentioned to all of us. It is our duty to pass on to this legacy to the next generation, inspiring them to explore at the depth of this art form and appreciates its timeless beauty, as how, Dr. Shankar Srinivas is already doing it, or, advised all of us. Also, the following is for our audience. I'm I'm sitting here every weekend bringing the greatest artists, to share their personal experiences with us, to make the community feel comfortable to take art as a career. I personally thank you all the audience, for joining me every week with our special guests who bring in their phenomenal background, childhood memories, and more than that, how they turned out to be the greatest artist on the choice of their art forms. I tell you that your support and, for this kind of broadcast is very, very important, not only to me, but to all the artists who take part in these special episodes. So please follow our Facebook page if you are not following yet. And we also have the YouTube channel. This is simultaneously going in 3 channels. One is on my Facebook page, which is Dr. Rose Muralikrishnan, as well as the YouTube channel is, I think it's Spring. I'm not a big promoter of my own channels, but I started when people were saying you have to tell so that people can get, benefit out of these episodes. So that's the reason I started saying for the past few weeks. And the YouTube channel is called Spring Nectar TV, as well as Dr. Rose Muralikrishnan. And just go and subscribe, and so that you will get all these information. I also have Instagram page, but I haven't started my live on Instagram page yet. So make sure you like, comment, and give us your love by sharing this content with other music enthusiasts, fans, and music lovers, so that they can get inspired through the stories of our special guest as well. In conclusion, Carnatic music is not just a form of artistic expression, but a gateway to spiritual exploration and inner transformation. So let us embrace its power to heal, unite, and elevate our souls as we continue to sing or practice music, or do a dance form or any other art forms, and appreciate this divine arts. May it guide us all towards a more harmonious and compassionate society. Let us embrace and celebrate these divine art forms, appreciating their eternal allure and the timeless wisdom they carry forward in the future. I will see you all next week with this great we really, all of us, had a great time with Dr. Shankar Srinivas, and thanks. We all give another big round of applause for his great musicianship, and and anybody who is interested in getting his mentorship, please feel free to contact him directly, and he is willing to teach you these rare kritis also. So I will definitely come back next week with yet another amazing artist on Artists Beyond Limits series. Till then, stay happy and stay safe, and spread love through music, dance, or any other fine arts with everyone around the world, to make this world a better place for all of us to live. So love to you all, and I will see you all next week again with a phenomenal, great artist in the show. So bye-bye now, and thank you again so much for staying with me. I will see you again very, very soon. So thank you all. Thank you so much.